Well, it was a great weekend to be a couple of Buffalo. There's a tennis victory as the Buffaloes took care of the Iowa Hawkeyes right here in Boulder. Back in the Stampede, voice for the Buffs, Mark Johnson, Andy LeRoy, ski coach here at CU. Big weekend up in Steamboat. I got to make sure I get this straight. It was the RIMSA Championships. It was the West Regional and the Nelson Memorial. Did I get all that right?
I believe so.
It was a lot going on up there, wasn't it?
Steamboat was hopping.
How was the weekend? Take us through it.
It was fantastic. We had great weather, except for the first day of GS, but our athletes competed strong from the beginning to the end, and we qualified in some better seeds for the NCAA Championships. We solidified a few athletes that needed that last race result, but seeing some people on the podium like Louis Faust at his first podium in college racing, and Emma Hammergaard, it was heart-fulfilling to see them ski as well as they did right before the championship coming up. They've got a lot of confidence.
When you're involved in an event of that size, that's a big magnitude event there. I think it sounds like everything went fantastic, right?
You know, it was. They put on not only the regional championships for Alpine, but added one extra qualifier and a dual. A demonstration parallel for Alpine at the last day. So 4 days up there, 4 days in the sun. Yeah, we need a little rest before we get going again.
He's got good color after being in that sun the entire week, huh? Yeah. All right, take us through the Alpine side. Kind of break it down, men and women, let us know what happened.
You know, from day to day, we started off in the GS and had some very good first runs from almost the entire team. The weather came in pretty strong on the second run, some wind, some blowing snow. Didn't quite put down the results I thought we were capable of after the first run, so lost a little bit on the scoreboard that day. The slalom the next day, Allison Hill, our athletes skied tremendous. It was awesome to see them compete. I don't think the final results were what we are capable of. It seemed to see a few of the athletes pretty hungry in the finish line. Like, I had that. I had one more turn. I would have posted this thing, but in the end, we skied great. I think we're in line for the NCAA Championships and just one more week to train.
And this is a time of year where you're trying to peak, right? I mean, you're heading on toward the championships, so you want your best right now. Absolutely,
and I think one of our best at the beginning of the season, Philip Foratek, he was first and second in our first couple races. We sent him home after the first race in Steamboat because he needed some rest. He was just a little under the weather, so he came back. He's had his feet up. I think he's ready to go next week.
All right, well, there's the Alpine. We'll talk Nordic in a minute. Also over the weekend, Lacrosse got a victory as they took care of Ohio State right here in town.
And in goal today for Colorado, 13 saves for Grace Donnelly. Grace, you grew up in Big Ten country. You play the Buckeyes today, and you showed up big. Early on, there were a lot of big shots that you fended off. I know they had a nice third quarter, the Buckeyes did, but fantastic work today. What was going on for you today? How was your defense working? Tell us about your experience out there.
We were pumped up, coming off 2-0. We wanted this 3-0 win, so our defense was ready. We were pumped up, and offense played a great game. And overall, we got the job done.
You play on that defensive end. You did a fantastic job holding the Buckeyes down today. You get to watch from a distance players like Sadie Grozier. She had 6 goals today. What are you seeing this season with the balance of defense and offense through your first 3 games for this team?
Oh, it's unbelievable, especially with Sadie down there. Offense really knows how to, work the ball around, move it, stay patient, stay confident and calm, and just get those shots in.
Well, congratulations to the CU Lacrosse team as they get that victory over Ohio State as we continue with Andy LeRoy here talking skiing. Okay, we talked about the Alpine on the front side. Now let's talk about the Nordic side and how that went for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, the Nordic side, it feels like home cooking to be in Steamboat. I think one of our best athletes, our double champion from last year, Magnus Bowie, he started the year on the podium and he finished this past regionals with a couple more podiums. So I think he's looking in good shape, and I think he's hungry for this championship.
Magnus Bowie, it's like Death, Taxes, and Magnus, right? What makes him so special?
Gosh, it must just be his work ethic, a little bit of pedigree in there, but at the end of the day, he's hungry. He's got to be somebody tough when you see that final stretch to think I've got a chance at this guy.
Nordic is fascinating to me. It seems it's got to be such an internal toughness sport. Am I reading that correctly?
Totally.
You've got to be able to grit it out all the time, right?
Then one of the races is interval start, so you have a chance to just catch 1 or 2 people or 3 people along the course, but the second day, the mass start, it's everybody all at once, and you're seeing those guys, clawing and scratching just to get to the front, and then there's 3 more laps to just bury your competition, and Magnus is one of the people that have done that.
All right, so Bowie's outstanding. How about the women's side?
The women's side, we've got Veronica. She's back. She's skiing great. Hannah Abramson will be going to the NCAAs as well, and our captain, Anna Dietze. So the women's side, just as strong. We've had some podiums out of them for the year. This regionals wasn't a blowout event like some of the men did, but I think they're ready for it. I think they're prepared, and one more week.
So now we get ready for the NCAA Championships. Now, as we're standing here, we don't know about all the qualifiers. By the time this airs, we certainly will check out at CUBuffs.com. You feel good about the opportunities for the Buffaloes?
Absolutely. I mean, I think even the score that we put up at regionals, it was missing Will Koch, who was off at World Junior Championships winning a bronze medal for our country. So a few of these guys coming back, we'll see what the qualification turns out, and yeah, we're excited.
All right, looking forward. Congratulations on a great weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Andy LeRoy and the ski team. Outstanding weekend up in Steamboat as we put a wrap this week on the Buffalo Stampede. I'm voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. We'll talk to you next time.